Right, and thanks for tuning in. Back in part 2. Here we are. Now, already made a start. Obviously, the last time you saw it, it's just this. Well, now I've got this. Now, this was already what its intended purpose is for. I managed to source it, so it's off of a cheap one. So I thought, rather than make a new one, I know, lazy, but I want this to look nice. So I thought I'll use the proper thing, but they ain't hard to make out of wood. Anyway, I've got an example here. You can make them yourself. This one obviously needs rounding off a bit, but no different. But for this project, I just want to use this. So what I did, I shave it down a bit more with the chisel, and it does fit in there kind of nice, kind of snug, and that's what you want. You want it snug so it doesn't wiggle about too much. And I think I've got the right bit on there, and it gives you a nice handle. So what I might do, just shake this out a bit and then glue this together, and we'll go from there. Just doing the gluing now, and I might have to leave that overnight just to dry. So what I'm going to do now is, if you don't know me by now, then well, that's rawhide. I love using rawhide. So what I'm going to do is soak this, cut out a nice bit, as then I can wrap it around the whole thing, and then that will sort of strangle it, keep it all taut, everything. And it also, it's like ray skin. I'm trying to replicate ray skin, so, and that also give it strength as well. So using spray adhesive, and then I'm going to press this on so I can leave it overnight, ideally. There we go. Now you notice that I've missed this and this, but there is a plan for that, don't worry. I ain't put it on the wrong way round or nothing. So I'll find some sort of clamp like that. I think I need another one, so I'll find one in a minute. So we've got the rawhide on, not completely dry but almost, and just fitted, just so it's nice. Zoom out there. I can't, we'll just do that instead. So yeah, that's on, and it feels good in the hand. So that will replicate the ray skin. So what I've been doing is bending a bit of metal around here, and that's going to act like a collar. Here obviously going to be polished up. Fit that around there, and then the blade And now I'm going to put a bit of, I don't know, I'll work at the bottom there. Right, so various experiments with materials. I tried a metal collar, didn't work out. Rawhide, not rawhide, buffalo horn, didn't work out. So what I've opted for as a collar, a bit weird, but leather. I think you'd use leather, so I'm going to use leather. Plus it's easier and we can get this out of the way. So what I'm going to do is cut this to length and stick it on. This leather stuck on. So what I want to do now is tidy up this rawhide a bit. It's a bit dirty from what I've been doing. Simple just to get a file. Run it over them. Right, so what I'm going to do, just to protect the leather while I'm working on this, is just put some of this bicycle inner tube around it. Like that, just to keep it safe. Don't want to scratch it up. Yeah, just polishing this down. Now what I've discovered is, what I'm thinking is, I'm going to turn this black. I'm going to paint this black because I've got this red stuff that I'm going to tie it with. So I think black and red would go quite well. So we've got our colour scheme now, black and red. I just wish the leather was black, but there's not much we can do about that. So I'm going to paint this black and then we can get on with some other jobs that need doing while we wait for that to dry.
It's shiny! At the back it's shiny.
Right, so the handle now looks a little different to what you just saw. As you can see, the end of this is finished. That's the buffalo horn, and I've drilled a hole in it. I've got these ornaments, now these are off of a real sword, but they were a bit rusty. I painted them blue with one of them car pens, which I think looks rather nice, but I've already stuck them on before filming, obviously. So what I was going to use to wrap the handle was this red stuff. Now I did film it and do it all, realising this is too short and I couldn't rectify it. So change of colour. I got this stuff, which is actually the genuine article of a cheaper sword, which I'm going to use to wrap this. And to hold it on easier, I'm going to use glue dots. These are only £1, so not bad, but they now stick to this, so should work. Right, so wrapping the handle. Now this is a complicated process and you can get into a muddle if you ain't prepared. So I've already put my glue dots down the side, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it tight. It has to be tight at all times, so pull it as tight as you can and put your thumb on it. Bring it all over, and you want to turn it into little triangles, like one, like that, and two. Again, keeping everything tight, that's why it's fiddly, and always line up like the corners there, so it's like a perfect triangle. Now, this is where the dots come in. Keep it tight and just push it down on there, and it should hold it no problem. And that's why having these glue dots is a good advantage. I don't know if they actually used glue in the old days or something, but I'm sure if they could have, they would have. And it's the same process again with this, turning it into a little triangle like so, and then another one like so. Again, pulling everything tight, and keeping everything tight does help you in the long run. And then take that off and stick it down, and that is basically how you tie it. That's basically how you tie it. So I'll do that again on the other side. We turn that around, get everything in order. Now we're coming up to an ornament that might make things a little difficult. So it depends what way. There's always one first and then the other. With me, I've opted for this side to go first and this to overlap it. As you can see, this one's under and this one's over. So again, I pull everything tight, bring it all over, stops you getting into a tangle. I put my thumb on it. I then turn it to one little triangle, two little triangles, and I pull it tight, sticking it to the glue dot, like so. And again over, pulling everything tight, folding it into one little triangle and lining the corner of the triangle up with the one previous, then two little triangle and having them cross over the middle, keeping everything tight, and then again onto that glue dot. There's one there, which there ain't, and we turn her again and we start the process again. Take it over, one triangle, two triangle, keeping everything tight, put that out of the way, onto the glue dot and over, pulling everything tight, line the corners up, one little triangle, two little triangle, pull back your paper and onto the glue dot. You basically continue this all the way down until you get to the knot, and that's what it looks like finished. Now I weren't gonna show you how I did the knot either side, because I use a YouTube video to do the knot, so I wouldn't think it's fair for me to show you a knot while watching a YouTube video. I'm still learning, but once I've mastered the knots properly, I will do a video on how to do the knots. But the handle's finished, and it's not exactly how I planned. I planned the whole thing to be red, but I didn't have enough of that material, so I used some of this real stuff. But I think it's come out pretty nice with a leather top to it. And now that's bare wood. Obviously I'm going to get a bit of the buffalo horn or of copper or something to put over there. I might even manufacture a suba to go here, but again that's in the next video or so. And the blade is not polished yet, believe me, that's not even polished, but we will get to that later on. I just want to get this video up because I've been super busy. Now you can still see where the number was, but I'm hoping to polish that out eventually. And I think the buffalo horn came out quite nice and shiny. I mean, it's got a few fingerprints on it, but I think that makes a nice touch. I might try and incorporate that into the saya, the sheath, when I make it. But that far is completed. Obviously I need to drill a hole and put a bamboo pin to hold the whole blade in, because at the moment it does slide out, as you can see. But again, I still haven't got a drill. I need to get a drill to do that. I need a proper drill because I've got to go through this metal as well, but I will get a drill for that. You know, it's like cash flow problems and you've run out of your tools have broken, you need to replace them, but don't worry, it's all coming. So yeah, I don't know what colour I'm going to make the saya for it, the sheath. I've got a bit of this left over, just a bit, so I'm going to obviously use the rest of that as a decoration on there. along with the peg which is on the side of it to hold it in your belt, made of buffalo horn. I don't know what colour I want it. I might just make it black and use that to make it all match up. And I might try and put some of this blue colour stuff in, which I do like with that ornament. Making that blue and that has really made it look different. Back in the old days they were like a decorative, like a status symbol, so I don't think I've gone too far from the historical part, but you know, I don't just plan things. As things change, I use materials I get for free if I can, so obviously doing that, your plans ain't gonna go how you want them, but I think that's turned out pretty damn good for something that's actually cost me nothing. Yep, that has cost absolutely nothing. That's a bit of scrap metal, that's a bit of leather off a sofa. This is off of a sword I got years ago with a plastic handle that broke off. These are the ornaments that went with that. The buffalo horn, tell a lie, yep, that did cost me money. I think that cost me about, what, £4 in a pet shop. But yeah, so far £4. That's cost me £4. Yeah, £4 and a little bit of effort, that's all it is, and you're left with something like that. Obviously not finished yet, but will be. So right, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Look forward to the next video when I make the last part of this and hopefully get the pin in. So thanks for watching, ammo out.